Have you ever been playing video games and just all of a sudden felt like something was off? Something completely normal giving you that unsettling feeling? Take this clip of this Call of Duty multiplayer map being played without anybody in it. It's kinda weird, don't you think? Well, today we're going to be taking a look at normal things in video games that give me that unsettling feeling. Let's get started. Who here has owned a Wii? All of you? Okay, well, maybe some of you know what I'm about to get at. Wii Sports is legendary, a staple of every 2000s kid's childhood. I played that game to death. Bowling, golfing, boxing, all that jazz. But here's the thing, even back then, something about it always felt a little off. For starters, the stages feel liminal, clean, almost too clean, empty in a way that doesn't feel natural. Tennis courts, bowling alleys, golf courses, where is everyone? It's nostalgic, sure, but also kinda creepy. And then there's the Miis. At the time they were cool because it was, well, you in the game. But looking back, they're kinda downright freaky. Stiff movements, the way they just stare at you. It's like they're trying to act human but missing something. It's certainly a pretty uncanny valley type feeling. Combine all this with the empty environments and the almost too perfect atmosphere, and it creates this weird vibe you can't really explain. But once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. It's certainly one of those things in gaming that's completely normal, but I've always found kind of unsettling. And this is just the start. The next one, well, let's just say it will probably feel super familiar to most of you. Next up, we have Minecraft low render distance. Done to death, everybody's talked about it, I know, but I had to include it because it's one of those things that's really stuck with me, and it truly is a normal thing in gaming. Back in the day, my computer really wasn't that great, so I had to crank the render distance way down. You know, the fog creeping in, shapes and shadows appearing where nothing's there. Basically, your brain fills in the blanks, and suddenly it feels like something's just out of sight. Not scary, not Herobrine jumping out, well, maybe as a kid, but still, kind of unsettling. Even now, I sometimes swear I caught some movement in the corner of my eye back in the day. Probably nothing, but it definitely leaves a weird little impression, and I'm sure this is one that hits close to home for everyone. But you think that one's familiar? Well, this next one might be even more so. We got empty multiplayer maps, whether it's Call of Duty, Halo, Garry's Mod, any of those games really, where typically you have a bunch of players in the map. It's very lively, lots of stuff going on, but maybe you loaded it up just to look around and nobody else is in it right now, and it just kind of feels eerie. It's like it's quiet, almost too quiet. It really does invoke feelings of being in a liminal space, basically an area where it feels like you've been here before, but it also feels completely different. I, for one, know I used to play bots all the time in multiplayer games when I was a kid, and even just explore the maps and use my imagination, but it always gave off that creepy feeling that someone or something was watching. I know it sounds a little cliche, but if you guys have ever hopped into an empty multiplayer map, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Quickly before we jump to the next topic, if you're enjoying this video, please be sure to hit that like button as it helps me out a great ton, and subscribe if you're liking my vibe. Anyways, moving on. For this next one, it's maybe a little more niche and quite personal to me, but it's really stuck with me even to this day. 16-bit games, or really any of those pixelated classics, even the Doom era stuff, which is technically 32-bit, but I digress. These games have a vibe that's hard to put into words. It's kinda abstract. Growing up, I didn't get to experience them when they were new. I came back to them years later, and even now there's something that's just off. The worlds are detailed enough to feel like they're alive, but not quite. Everything moves, everything has purpose, but it's just missing something that makes it feel real. Sprites, backgrounds, music, it all combines to create this weird tension that I feel. It's nostalgic, it's fun, and I truly do appreciate the product. But at the same time, it's kinda eerie. Like the game knows it's trying to be alive, but it can't fully pull it off. That little gap is kinda what makes it unsettling for me, I guess. Again, it's really hard to describe. I guess the longer I sit in these games, the more it kind of hits me. It's subtle, it's like my brain is filling in the blanks again, trying to make sense of movement and patterns that aren't actually real. It's not scary, not at all, but it leaves this lingering, kinda uncanny feeling that I can't quite shake, even to this day when I play these games. For our last topic today, we got console error screens. Yep, we all know these ones. There are two in particular that have certainly made me feel the most unsettled, as I've had both happen to me multiple times. Those two are the PlayStation 2 red screen and the 360 red ring of death. Now, we all know what these things are, and I don't want to talk about them to death, but at the same time, I want to explore why it's so unsettling. In other words, why is a routine hardware issue error screen or message so off-putting? Let's start with the PS2 red screen. It would happen when the console couldn't read a disc. You'd put your disc in, it would spin up, and then red screen, or PS2 error screen, which was basically a red rendition of the actual PS2 screen, I guess you'd call it. And it just feels so off-putting. It feels like you've done something wrong, like it feels like the console's mad at you or something. I guess that's the best way I can put it, but it's certainly unsettling. The Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death is similar, just on the hardware side. 3 red lights on the power button meant that the console had failed, a general hardware failure, usually overheating, and like the PlayStation, it's kind of the same thing. Usually you'd have the green lights, but now you have red lights, and it just feels like you've done something wrong. Maybe it's something to do with the color red, but I know as a kid when the 360 Red Ring of Death happened to me, I felt like I had destroyed my console. I felt like I had done something wrong, and it just, again, not to use the word, but really unsettling. Like there's something about it that's just kind of freaky. I'm sure you guys know what I mean with these error screens here. All in all, the things that we've talked about today are either normal gaming things or normal video games. There's nothing inherently unsettling about them, but they just kind of are to me. And I'm sure some of the things are unsettling to you too. But what do you guys think? Have you ever had something in video games that's actually very normal on the surface make you feel kind of weird, or like someone was watching over your shoulder? I don't know, something like that. Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Drop a like, subscribe, comment, all that fun jazz. Basically the generic YouTuber saying like, do these 3 things, blah blah blah, or hey, do none of them. It would just be nice if you watched a decent amount of the video. What can I say? If you are interested in a part 2, however, let me know, because I'm kind of interested in making a part 2. Anyways guys, with all that being said, don't get unsettled while you play games, and Critical Snipes is out. Congrats, you made it all the way to the end of the video. Here's an Easter egg.